Friday service. Please stand and join together as we sing our processional hymn, I Am Thine, O Lord, number 419 in your hymnal. Please be seated. Tonight's service is a Tenebrae service. Tenebrae is a service of darkness. And in this service, we begin with the light of Christ illuminating our altar. And as we just sang our processional hymn, the processional hymn is a a hymn of gratitude and thankfulness for Christ. And as we go through our service, we will remember Christ's arrest, his trial, his torture, and his crucifixion. And with each reading, a little more light will go out from the altar. And we will end with the Christ candle, which will be the last candle we extinguish. You are welcome to remain seated during the hymns for this service. Now, let's go in our hearts and minds back to that night when Jesus was arrested. And as we do, please join me in the call to worship. God is light, in whom there is no darkness at all. Jesus Christ is the light of the world. And this is the judgment, that the light has come into the world. And we love darkness rather than light.
The betrayal of Jesus. After Jesus and his disciples had finished eating the Passover meal, they went out across the Kidron Valley to the Mount of Olives. When they reached the place called Gethsemane, Jesus took Peter, James, and John aside. He was very distressed and agitated and told them, "My grief is so deep right now, I feel like I am dying. Stay with me and keep awake." Going a little ways from them, he collapsed to the ground and prayed, "Abba, Father, for you all things are possible. Remove this cup from me, yet not what I want, but what you want." After praying, Jesus went to be with his friends, but they had fallen asleep. "Couldn't you stay awake with me for just a little while?" he asked them. Jesus went back to pray again, "Abba, Father, for you all things are possible. Remove this cup from me, yet not what I want, but what you want." 3 times Jesus prayed. 3 times he found that his friends had fallen asleep. Finally he told them, "That's enough. It's time. The Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Get up. Let's get going. Here comes my betrayer now." While he was still speaking, Judas arrived with a mob with swords and clubs. Judas went to Jesus. "Rabbi," he cried, and kissed him. Then the mob grabbed Jesus and arrested him. One of the disciples drew his sword and struck the slave of the high priest, cutting off his ear. Jesus told them, "Day after day I was with you, teaching in the temple, and you did not arrest me. Why have you come out with swords and clubs to arrest me as though I were a bandit? But let the scriptures be fulfilled." The disciples arrested him, and the disciples deserted him and fled. The mob took Jesus to the high priest, and all the chief priests, the elders, and the scribes were assembled.
What wondrous love is this? Peter's denial. Peter followed the mob at a distance, right into the courtyard of the high priest. He sat with the guards and warmed himself at the fire. The chief priest and the whole council had looked for testimony against Jesus to put him to death, but they found none. Many gave false testimony against him. Some said that Jesus had threatened to tear down the temple and raise it again in 3 days, but the witnesses contradicted each other. Then the high priest stood up in front of the mob and asked Jesus, "What do you have to say for yourself? Won't you defend yourself against these accusations?" Jesus was silent. The high priest asked, "Are you the Messiah, the Son of the Blessed One?" Jesus said, "I am, and you will see the Son of Man seated at the right hand of the power and coming with the clouds of heaven." The high priest tore his clothes and said, "Why do we still need witnesses? You have heard this blasphemy. What's your decision?" They condemned Jesus to death. Some spit on him. They blindfolded him and hit him, saying, "Prophesy, who hit you?" The guards took Jesus and beat him. While Peter was below in the courtyard, one of the servants of the high priest saw Peter warming himself. She stared at him and said, "You were with Jesus, the man from Nazareth." Peter denied it. "I don't know what you're talking about." Peter withdrew into the court of women. The cock crowed. And the servant girls saw him again and told the crowd, "This man is one of them." Peter denied it again. Then after a little while, a person from the crowd said to Peter, "I am sure you are one of them. You're a Galilean." Peter began to curse, and he swore an oath, "I know nothing about this man you are talking about." At that instant, the cock crowed for the second time. Peter remembered that Jesus had said to him, "Before the cock crows twice, you will deny me 3 times." And he broke down and wept.
The trial and coronation. As soon as it was morning, they bound Jesus, led him away, and handed him over to Pilate. "Are you the king of the Jews?" Pilate asked Jesus. "You say so," Jesus replied. The chief priests rallied accusations against Jesus. "Don't you have anything to say about all these accusations?" Pilate asked. Jesus remained silent. Pilate was astonished. During Passover, it was Pilate's custom to release any prisoner the people requested. Pilate realized that the high priests were jealous of Jesus' power over the crowd. So when the crowd came to ask for a prisoner's release, he asked them, "Do you want me to release your king of the Jews?" But the chief priests stirred up the crowd to have them ask Pilate to release Barabbas, a rebel accused of murder, instead. "Then what do you wish me to do with the man you call the king of the Jews?" They shouted back, "Crucify him." Pilate asked them, "Why? What evil has he done?" But they shouted all the more, "Crucify him." So to satisfy the crowd, Pilate released Barabbas. After flogging Jesus, he handed him over to be crucified. The soldiers led Jesus into the courtyard of the palace, and they gathered the whole regiment. They clothed Jesus in a purple cloak. Twisting some thorns into a crown, they put it on Jesus, and they began saluting him, "Hail, King of the Jews." They lashed his head with a reed, spat upon him, and knelt down in homage to him. After mocking him, they stripped him of the purple cloak, put his own clothes on him, and led him out to be crucified.
The crucifixion of Jesus. They brought Jesus to the place called Golgotha, which means the place of a skull. And they offered him wine mixed with myrrh, but he refused it. They crucified him there. They divided his clothes among them, casting lots to decide what each should take. It was 9 o'clock in the morning when they crucified him. With him they crucified 2 bandits, one on his right and one on his left. The inscription of the charge against him read, "The King of the Jews." Those who passed by ridiculed Jesus, shaking their heads and saying, "Aha, you who would destroy the temple and build it in 3 days, save yourself and come down from the cross." In the same way, the chief priests and scribes mocked him among themselves, saying, "He saved others, but he cannot save himself. Let the Messiah, the King of Israel, come down from the cross now, so that we may see and believe." Even those who were crucified with him taunted him.
When it was noon, darkness came over the whole land until 3 p.m. At 3 o'clock, Jesus cried out with a loud voice, "Eloi, Eloi, lema sabachthani," which means, my God, why have you forsaken me?" When some of the bystanders heard it, they said, "Listen, he's calling out for Elijah." And someone ran and filled a sponge with sour wine, put it on a stick, and gave it to him to drink, saying, "Wait, let us see whether Elijah will come and take him down." Then Jesus gave a loud cry and breathed his last. And the curtain of the temple was torn in two, from the top to the bottom. Now when the centurion who stood facing him saw that in this way he breathed his last, he said, "Truly, this man was God's son." There were also women looking on from a distance. Among them were Mary Magdalene, Mary, the mother of James the younger and of Joseph, and Salome. These used to follow him and provided for him when he was in Galilee. And there were many other women who had come up with him to Jerusalem.
The piercing of his side. The Jewish leadership did not want the bodies left on the cross during the Sabbath. So they asked Pilate to have the legs of the crucified men broken and the bodies removed. Then the soldiers came and broke the legs of the first and of the other who had been crucified with Jesus. But when they came to Jesus, they saw that he was already dead. So they didn't break his legs. Instead, one of the soldiers pierced his side with a spear, and at once blood and water came out.
When evening had come, Joseph of Arimathea, a respected member of the council, who was also himself waiting expectantly for the kingdom of God, went boldly to Pilate and asked for the body of Jesus. Pilate summoned a centurion and asked if Jesus were already dead. When Pilate learned from the centurion that Jesus was dead, he granted the body to Joseph. Then Joseph bought a linen cloth, and taking the body down from the cross, he wrapped it in the linen cloth and laid the body in a tomb that had been hewn out of the rock. He then rolled a stone against the door of the tomb. Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of Joseph, saw where they laid the body.